Size matters. It really, really does. New Bumpy Boy showed up. All in the name of going fast in 2025. Or so we hope. Hopefully we don't go slower. Well, we're going to get into things that I really don't know how to talk about because I'm not smart enough. I'm happy to admit that I don't know anything about camshafts. And my wife would probably tell you I don't know anything about shafts either, but that's okay. Oh, just take a look at my shiny, bumpy shaft. But anyways, my old camshaft was spec'd for drag and drive E85 1200 horsepower deal, not trying to get much out of it. So any gains that I get was pretty much my fault for speccing it wrong, but the build just got out of hand after I ordered the cam because, that's the first thing you should order is the camshaft. And then you start the build on the rest of the car. Don't even buy tires before you order a camshaft. You got to have that first, in my opinion. But anyways, the old cam, I'm going to post a picture somewhere around here. But I'll read off the old specs that's general, but cam guys will tell me, oh, you forgot everything else that was important, but hell, I don't know anything. But anyways, the old cam was a 240, 247 on the exhaust, and 620 lift on the intake, 612 on the exhaust, and it was on a 117 LSA with a 4-degree advance put in it. Which it was a pretty street-friendly cam, I think, but it kind of sounded like an old tractor, just wasn't very aggressive, especially on an LS where they already kind of sound terrible. Even when you add twin turbos to them, they sound worse, and a small cam. I didn't know when I started it if it was a farm ball running out there or my race car. So hopefully this new one will fix that problem. At least a little bit, because if you don't sound good, I don't want it. But this new one is spec'd by Nick Evdos of BTR. He's been doing a lot of the record-holding cars. I mean, he's made a name for himself, and they have a lot of cool equipment over at BTR, so I'm sure it's going to rip. But the new one is 245 on the intake, 263 on the exhaust. The lift is 629 on the intake and 614 on the exhaust. So not really much different on the lift, which, I mean, is to be expected. Hydraulic LSs really don't ever go over like 630, 640. I mean, 650 was like the max, most things are, but 30,000s really isn't a big deal. But the lobe separation is a 117 with a 3.5-degree advance, so not really much different. Hey guys, sorry to butt in here. I just wanted to insert a picture of the new cam specs so you knew what I was talking about and can blast me in the comments with it. Thank you. But they say my old cam was 9.3 or 9.7 overlap at 50. This new one's 20.3, so that should be where I get the bop-a-da that I'm after. But really, besides all that, the old cam would kind of lay over around 7,200, which is basically exactly what I told them I wanted to do with it. So none of it was their fault. I love to support Jonathan Adkins. He was at Tick Performance at the time, or owner of it at the time when I ordered it. And he did a great job on what I ordered, and he no longer is there. So I went to a different route. I don't think he does custom cams anymore. He did recently buy an engine shop, so I don't know if he'll get back into it, but I love his car, love him, so. But anyways, I'm trying BTR out, and I basically told him I want full race as much as I can get out of this thing. So I'm revving it to about 8 every pass, so hopefully this cam will help it carry power, or at least hold it. The head's pretty small. I got Cathedral BR1 dash 13s on it, which is a small valve. I mean, literally every cam guy I talk to, and I tell them what I'm doing, they're like, do you sure you really want to run those heads? And I'm like, well, if you want to sponsor me some LS7s, I'll run them, but currently I'm going to be running these bad boys because I'm poor, or budget racer, whatever you want to say over here. But it'll be cool to see what this does. I'm actually taking a road trip to my engine builder tomorrow to run this up to him. The engine's supposed to be done soonish, so hopefully I can get the cracking back on the car, because I'd love to have this thing kind of fired up and running in the next month, because it's not that far away. It's going to be February basically tomorrow, and another month it's March, and it's race season, and I got some 460s to go. Probably won't get there, but I'd really like to see a high 470 out of the car. 4799 is kind of my goal, but we'll see. That's asking a lot of a currently 3,400 pound car with relatively low power. I mean, it makes about 1,700, which these days is what I would consider low power, especially in the classes I'm racing. I'll try to race True Street, but with methanol, I'm normally knocked out, even though it's an all steel, all glass car that weighs a crap load. But then I normally just hop in heads up classes, because that's what's local. And I mean, I don't have to tell you how fast those guys are running. They'll post them. Basically, if you're on prep and you don't have something that can run a 430, you shouldn't even show up, in my opinion. But I like to play, I like to support. I mean, be a class filler. I mean, I feel like if you don't have a race car, or if you, let me rephrase that. If you have a race car and you don't show up to an event that's local, and you complain that there's no more events local, you're the part of the problem. So I don't want to be part of the problem. I just want to race. I want to floor my car and have fun. But just a short little video, you guys. We'll catch you next time, hopefully with some cooler content.